Can your Ruckus do that? In this episode, I'm going to show you how to put disc brakes on your Honda Ruckus. What up, YouTube? See that? Disc brakes happening now. Oh yeah, got my scooter. She only loves me because of my Stella. Oh yeah. This is my personal project, but I'm gonna put this stuff on the website anyway. Rear disc brake conversion kit by FLP with Adeline floating rotor and Brembo, brake system. I don't think it's real Brembo. All the connectors and the stainless steel braided line. I also have this center hub, the Adeline brake caliper, and it's all gonna go. Here's that center hub. Gonna go to fill up that little gap there. I have my new gimbal for my cell phone. I'm filming with the cell phone right now. See how smooth it is? If I can go real smooth, everything's real fluid, unless you run into the scooter behind you. What is this? Right now it's drum brakes, which suck. I can't really lock up the rear tire. The braking's just not all there. See, I can, like, this goes all the way down to the, that's all I can do. Like, if I squeeze the brake all the way down, it won't lock up. I can tighten the brake up, but then the wheel drags. So that's not very good brakes. And we're gonna do disc brakes. Get rid of all this stuff, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Oh, yeah. So here's my little gimbal, which is way cool. Check it out. See, what you do is you select your face, and then the camera follows you around. And I don't need a tripod, or I don't need a second person to help me. Way down here and up. I'll put the link in the description if you want to buy one of these. I just bought it on Amazon. Pretty sweet though. You also have some really cool time lapse, where it moves while you're doing time lapse. You'll see that in the video too. By the way, I think these are still only like 135 bucks. It's like the greatest investment ever, considering they used to be about 300. So here's the brake system that by FLP. When you buy it on the website, it comes with just this right here. There's so much more you need to buy in order to make the disc brakes. This just creates a way to attach a rear disc brake to the rear and a caliper. The reason why we don't sell it in a kit is because everybody has different master cylinders, different styles, and everybody has different styles of brakes, colors, things like that, and calipers as well. So what you'll need when you do it, you'll need to buy this. You also need braided brake line, or not even braided, just brake line. You'll need your caliper. You'll need the master cylinder. You notice here I've got 2 brake lines. So I need 85 inches of brake line. They don't make them that long, at least not, on the shelves. So you get an adapter just like this, and then you can attach the 2 together. I already had this one. I bought this one. But then you gotta buy the banjo fittings, for the ends here, and to mount to the caliper. They come with the banjo bolt, so that's cool. But this is like everything that you need to do the job. It's quite extensive. So hopefully this clears. There's really no videos I noticed online that goes through everything that you need to make a rear disc brake system happen. It's very expensive, but it's also very safe, especially if you're running the 232cc. With drum brakes is never a good idea. So step 1, I got to remove the wheel and get that bell off. To do that, I have to remove the exhaust. So I need to get this hub off next, just held on by a nut, and then this hub will slide off. And then I'll remove the license plate, of course. My Aruba license plate, novelty license plate. I always break these. I had a Thailand license plate on there last time and it cracked just like you see there. I just do this little safety wire so it doesn't rattle so much. Kind of a chintzy little fix, but it seemed to work. I did that after the crack, by the way. I've got my case brace made by Warfab. I've got an install video on that. It's like always grinding though. This is like what drives me nuts about this rear setup. you hear this when you're pushing it around. You got this fancy bike and then you're just, it sucks. Now if you see all this oil like residue, I've been battling this for a little while. That is, see what I need is a breather to go out this dipstick here. There's too much head pressure, and all that head pressure, what I did was I cut a little hole in the filter here. I could pull that, see that just goes into the head. But a bunch of oil comes through there and then drips out this filter, so see that? I need to fix that solution. If you see my last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's annoying because I've got this nice motor with oil. I'm probably not fixing things in the correct priority. I just discovered something on what the heck was going on here. So check it out. Brake pads, screech marks on them, hub, worn down. Reason? See this? You don't want to do that. This arm needed to be installed further down, even though it's in its correct spot for this bolt to go through. If I would have taken this apart, I would have figured that out. It didn't sound like that bad for me to worry about it as much, but obviously it was. Danger, danger. So I have an idea here. We've got this floating rotor that I bought for the rear system. Well, the front has a non-floating rotor, just a basic rotor, and it's like just silver. And what I noticed is whenever I install this, once I install this on here, you're not gonna be able to see any of the red. So that's one reason. And but I'm gonna switch these rotors, and I'm gonna use this rotor in the back and this one in the front. There we go. That looks better. I think it looks better. It just adds a little bit of contrast with the red in there. Maybe I'll get a red caliper. I don't know. I was going for the murdered out look, but I think I like that better. Plus it's floating, so that's good. Now, I just need to start getting these things off. Here's the crappy part. This guy is held on by a nut inside the gearbox. So that means I need to take the whole CVT transmission off and just basically everything to get into the gearbox, drain the oil. I may even replace the gasket. And finally, I can get this guy out. Once I do that, I can proceed. All right, day 2. Now that I'm on its level, now I gotta get the CVT off. Now I just need to drain this gear oil so I can get to that nut that's behind here. Can't believe I have to do all this, but you know. The whole point of all this is so I can get back behind here to loosen this guy. First I'm going to take off this arm, and I want to see where we sit, how close we are. All right, this guy slides on here, just like that. I don't have any room. Here's where the disc goes, right here. And I'm pretty sure it'll hit this. So I got this all loose. See how that comes out? It's got a little O-ring on it. I got it on the track me mode. The track me mode. The track me mode. Anyway, What I'm gonna do is take this guy and put the disc onto it. That way I can mock it up. There, now let's take this thing over. There we go. See that? See how close they are? Right there. Back in there. This guy, see that has a locator, just like that. And these, see how it's perfectly cut, so it sits right on. There's no cutting. Most systems you got to cut this part off. So I'm going to need to drill a hole here once I get everything mounted, and then I can run a nut back here. That shouldn't be a problem. I won't have any clearance issues. My big concern is this. So right here where it's stepped out, I'm not going to ever use this again because this is for the drum brake. One of these guys. And then I can get that thing cranked down. And then this guy, same thing. Oh, this guy, same thing. Once I get it through there, I'll probably have to trim the bolt down, but I'll put a nut on it with a washer. That'll get that taken care of. And remember, this guy was sticking in there. What I'm gonna do is cut that off, and then I can put that back, and that way it seals. Well, and then I can trim this guy down, this little raised area, and that'll solve that clearance issue. That's where the main work's gonna come in. See, right now that's not possible because, see, I'm hitting. Let's see if you can see that. Now that we got that sucker figured out, now we're still real close on this guy. I need to kind of match this one, and then I can cut the head off of that. So I needed like that much more clearance cut off, and then we could slide that back in, and from the inside put the bolt back in the way that it was. Look at this. So where's my little bit? We took this guy and just barely wallowed her out, countersunk. So now, look at that. Doesn't get any better than that. Good thinking, Uncle Phil. Here it is. So now we've got the countersunk screw holding this bracket on, which is super money. It's freaking flush as hell. And then this guy, we grinded the meat off here like you seen. I drilled a hole right here. Once I got this guy set up, I drilled the hole here. Now, if you put this guy on, all the way on, there is no binding whatsoever. And it's not even that close, to be honest with you. Before it was like, couldn't even fit a feeler gauge in there. Now we're good. So now I can start putting this all back together, put my CVT back on. All right, finally, everything's back on. The sun's going down now. Oh my God. Been doing this all day. Put there, and put the washer on, and the nut. And hit it with an impact. I'm actually probably gonna do some red Loctite on there, even though it really doesn't need it. I'd rather not have my wheel fall off. I've seen those loose before, actually. There we go. I'll torque it later. Slide that sucker in place. Oh yeah. Let's mock it up. I'm just gonna lightly install this. There we go. If you notice on the last video just a second ago, I didn't have these studs on. I had to take everything back apart and do the studs. So I have everything tight, everything spins smoothly. Oh, doesn't spin smoothly. One problem, the rotor has to be spaced out about a washer thickness, because what's happening, so if I spin this over around like this, it does real nice, but the minute I push that down, you start hitting. So all I need to do is right at the top here, just put a little washer. That's it. This is going to be a different process for whatever caliper and whatever brake you're using. But man, this is looking sweet. Look at that. That only took just a little bit, like a banjo washer. We just put it in between here. You can see it. Didn't take much at all. Perfect fit. Now we can spin this over. No problems. Sweet. Let's try the fitment. I have this guy too, as well. Yeah, that'll be perfect for the wheel. And then, by the way, this wheel doesn't weigh anything. Do this real nice and easy. Real nice and easy. Get my stuff lined up. I want to see our fitment. Oh yeah, huh? Damn. Look at that. So badass. And look at that. We got plenty of clearance there. And behind, plenty of clearance there. But I still have to do the, put a banjo, 90-degree banjo in there, and then we still have to do all the master cylinder stuff up here. But that looks great. I also ordered some lug nuts. These here are just your basic, I'm just gonna use nuts for like a few days till the lug nuts come in. But oh yeah. So that looks so dang good. But we ran into a little bit of a snag you're gonna have to watch for. So here is our banjo fitting right here. See, I've got the cable kind of, or the line kind of run over there. This thing almost hits, so close. See the bleeder goes on top of there? That's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to get a different banjo bolt, one that's real thin. It's gonna be kind of a pain to bleed it, but that's what I'm gonna do. Got a banjo bolt, got a banjo bolt. Oh yeah. We didn't have the right banjo bolt. Here we are. See, that top one had that bleeder, and that one doesn't. We're down because literally we have no clearance at all. And I had to cut it in half because it was too long. Now you can actually fit like something through there. Before, that sucker was gonna drag the wheel and mess it up. Heck yeah. Can't do it without the smile.